In the practice of Buddhist meditation, we learn to touch our body as a river, because our body is always changing. We learn to touch our feelings as a river. And we learn to touch our perceptions as a river too. The Buddha taught us that most of our suffering comes from our wrong perceptions. It's very important to use the energy of mindfulness and touch deeply our perceptions. Our perceptions are very often wrong. And because of that, we accuse the other person. We accuse other people as the origin of our pain, our suffering. In fact, our wrong perceptions are the cause of our pain. Walking in the twilight, we may mistake a piece of rope as a snake, and we scream, we run. That is a wrong perception. That kind of perception is very usual in our daily lives. And that is why it's so important to practice and generate the energy of mindfulness in order to go back and touch our perceptions. The Buddha said most of our perceptions are wrong. At least they have elements that are wrong in our own perception. The practice of Buddhist meditation is described as the practice of calming, stopping, concentrating, in order to look deeply into the heart of things. If you don't stop, if you don't calm, if you don't concentrate, you have no energy for looking deeply. The first part of the practice is called samatha, stopping, calming, concentrating. And that can be done with sitting, breathing mindfully. The second part of practice is called vipassana, means deep looking. And these aspects of the practice help you to discover the true nature of what is. And the insight you get will be able to liberate you from your own suffering. So misunderstanding is the root of our suffering. And when we misunderstand, we accuse the other person as the root of our suffering. The practice, according to the practice, you have to help each other. You have to come together and deal with your real enemy, wrong perceptions. And in each of us, there is a habit that is the cause of so much difficulties. I know of a French lady who left home at the age of 17, who went to England and lived because she was so angry at her mother. She wanted to forget France, to forget her mother. But 30 years later, she touched a book on Buddhism, and she had the desire to go home and reconcile with her mother. The desire to go back and to reconcile was very strong in her. And that desire, that willingness is strong also in the person of the mother. So both sides wanted to reconcile and to make peace. But every time they met, there was an explosion of anger on both sides. Because the seeds of suffering has been cultivated for a long time. It has become a kind of habit energy that dictates both of them. The willingness to reconcile is not enough. The willingness to make peace is not enough. We need practice. So I asked her to come to stay in Plum Village for a few, where I stay and practice. To come to Plum Village and stay for 3 months for the practice. She practiced walking, meditation, sitting, breathing, eating in mindfulness, drinking tea in mindfulness, flower watering. The energy of mindfulness cultivated by that daily practice. She used to touch the seeds of anger and to touch the habit energy of reacting like a machine every time the seed of anger is watered. And I advised her to write a letter of reconciliation from time to time to her mother. Write it in mindfulness. During the time of writing that letter, her seed of suffering and anger was not watered by her mother. Her mother was not there. So it's much easier to write a letter of reconciliation. And to write such a letter is also to practice deep looking into herself and into the person of her mother. And numbers of months later, she was transformed. And the letters that she wrote, her mother read one after one. And during the time reading this water, she got the effect of flower arrangement. Her values were recognized. She restored the balance. These things you can do. We all can do.